Yo, what up, everybody? This is a video from HYGO News. Go subscribe. I should practice what I preach. There you go. California teacher refuses to answer questions at checkpoint and she is detained. Checkpoints, border checkpoints, which one? Most of them. Well, let me make sure I say everything accurately. This is a checkpoint. It's inland. It's not on the border. American citizens are supposed to be able to travel freely amongst the states, but the government slowly but surely and incrementally is taking away freedom of travel. First, they start with licenses and license plates and registrations. Then they're going to the real ID, I believe, in 2020, which is, if you don't have that, there's going to be certain restrictions on you. You're going to be like a subclass citizen. And toll roads are just popping up everywhere. Pretty soon, I believe all the roads will be toll roads. The last time I said that on a video, YouTube not only wouldn't let me monetize, the whole dollar sign that either turns green or orange wasn't even an option on the video. It wasn't even there when I brought this up last time, when I was coming home from picking up somebody. This is a teacher. I mean, I can say she's obviously a U.S. citizen, but to me, she's obviously a U.S. citizen. But these Border Patrol guys, all right, I'm gonna have to pause it because that's just how I roll. There's the original video if you want to watch it. California teacher refuses to answer questions at checkpoint and she's detained. Okay, so here we go.
Are we crossing a border?
No, but are you United States citizens?
Are we crossing a border? I've never been asked if I'm a citizen before when I'm traveling down
This cop right here is a smug POS.
on the road.
All right, this is an immigration checkpoint.
Right, but we're not crossing a border.
Okay.
Are you recording this?
Yes.
So we're not recording, and I know I don't have to answer. You can ask. No, you don't have to. I don't have to answer. I've seen the.
So there's line number one by the cop. You have to answer. People, if you're a U.S. citizen, you have the right to remain silent at any time, anywhere. Anytime, anywhere. So there's line number one by the smug cop.
Before, and we did this last year when we were coming back.
Immigration law.
No, actually, I'm a teacher, and on the national level, we've been talking about this.
You can talk about it. I understand.
You can ask me. I don't have to answer.
You are required to answer an immigration question. You are not required to answer any other questions.
Then lie number two. You do not have to answer anything.
And what's your name? Your badge is covered. Come here.
That's right. Agent Elmore.
I just want to.
E-L-M-O-R-E.
And what is it that? What's the law that says we have to answer?
If you want to see, hold on. You got a paper singing?
Am I free to go, or are you detaining me?
You are being detained, ma'am.
Okay.
You are being detained. Okay? So this guy has no problem impeding the freedom of people. He thinks what he's doing is right because they said he could. The Supreme Court said he could do it. Martinez versus Fuentes. I have to do a research on that myself. I'm not very familiar with Martinez versus Fuentes, but I believe what it says is that they could briefly detain you and ask questions, but there nowhere does it say you have to answer, especially if you're an American citizen and you have a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It's funny how Supreme Court gives these guys authority to violate the Constitution. Being detained is a Fourth Amendment violation absent of some type of probable cause and reasonable suspicion of a crime. So, funny how the Constitution is different in different parts of the country and between different jurisdictions of authority.
What grounds?
It's an immigration checkpoint, ma'am.
Okay, and
So she says I'm being detained for what grounds? And the grounds for detaining her is because they want to. It's an immigration checkpoint. They've taken over the road inside of America.
so what's the ground? What's the violation for being
You know
detained?
what? Just for you, here we go. Right here. U.S. Supreme Court. U.S. Martinez Fuentes.
No, you're covering part of it.
No, there's my point out here.
Right there.
Checkpoint authority.
So, and it's a checkpoint, and we're not actually crossing a border right now, are we?
Checkpoint authority. Held up by the Supreme Court.
When?
The authority is that you can detain them briefly and ask them questions. You can't detain them forever until they do what you want them to do against their constitutional rights.
These are the cases.
What year?
These are the cases.
What? No, because this is not a recent thing.
It doesn't have to be recent, ma'am.
We don't. So are we being detained?
Yes, you are being detained.
For what?
An immigration inspection.
Right.
Would you like?
Now, the proper answer would be You're being detained under suspicion of this crime. But he just keeps cop-splaining immigration inspection.
No, I don't want to stop. Am I free to go?
No.
I'm not free to go.
You are being detained.
On what grounds?
Right here. I've already told you.
No, you haven't. You've held up a piece of paper in my
INA
face.
287.
INA 287. See, I need to look that up.
INA 274.
So I'm
Right
being
here's
ground
my
because
authority.
I won't tell you whether or not I'm a citizen, even though I'm in New Mexico, traveling on a highway that's paid for with federal dollars.
Okay, here.
She makes a good point. She's inside of the United States, traveling on a highway that we, the people, pay for. Now we got a Gestapo here saying, please, your papers, please. Who are you? Papers, please. Answer. You have to answer my questions, which is a lie.
Federal dollars.
I'm reading this.
You already illegally searched my car. You have no grounds for searching my car with a dog.
So now they're escalating. They got the dog running around her car.
They actually
I've been
have open air.
detained
Actually,
and
that
searched by a
also was held
dog.
up in court. Open air search.
This is interesting. And
That dog did not go in your car.
so if I just come through and say yes, I'm a citizen, I can just go ahead.
It's justified. If the agent's justified by that answer, yes.
Okay, so if I have
So it's up to the judgment of some cop with a room temperature IQ. Even if you do answer the question, if they can wrap it around their little mind, they might let you go.
accent and I'm brown, can I just say yes and go ahead, or do I have to prove it?
Well, if we want to...
Because I have a bunch of teacher friends who are sick of their kids being discriminated against.
This is a spike
Okay.
strip. If you want
No, I'll put it in part.
Now they're escalating even more. Spike strip.
I'll put it in part.
I'm trying to...
There you go.
Here's the
No, I'm
authority.
just curious because my teacher friends are sick of their kids being discriminated against.
Okay. I'm not discriminating
Like,
anybody.
I have friends in San Diego who get their children harassed because they immigrated from Mexico. They're a teacher. Their kids are born
I'm
here.
asking you a question.
And they're tired of it.
Okay, I'm asking you a question.
Yeah.
Okay?
What happens to me if I refuse to answer your question?
You'll stay here until you're answered.
Listen, so you'll stay here until you answer it. So if she never answers the question, she could die in that car right there. Think about this.
I'm a teacher. I'm on vacation. I got time.
If you want to stay here, that's fine.
That's fine.
I'm trying to explain everything to you. I'm showing our authorities.
No, I'm very curious about what
case law,
happens.
right
I'm
here.
very curious about what happens.
Right here. Do you want to read this? Oh,
Nope. I want to see what happens when I refuse to say that I'm a citizen or not.
that's fine. So you're unwilling to answer the question.
I don't think I have to in this country.
Okay.
I'm traveling down the road. It's the
Absolutely correct. You do not have to answer questions in this country if you're an American citizen.
only
Court
way
says
to go.
otherwise.
You just funnel
There's another lie. The court says otherwise. You do not have to answer. This dude is a liar and a piece of... Oh, God, I'm getting angry.
us into a place, took everybody's picture, so you can document us.
Ma'am, look, I understand.
No, I get it. I know you do, and
Oh, this guy's going to try to play good cop.
you're doing your job, and you're going to
Yes,
keep
ma'am.
doing your job. And you know what? That's what the brown shirt said in Germany. Everybody was just doing their job.
I get
So
it.
I'm not going to make it easy for you guys to do your
Oh,
job.
that's fine, ma'am, and I get it. But look,
What she's referring to is the Nuremberg trials where the Nazis who killed a bunch of people, millions of people, said, hey, we were just doing our jobs. We were just doing what we were told. And that was a failed argument in defense in Nuremberg, and it's a failed argument in America. I can't believe we're comparing. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord.
you just tell us
I'm-
whether or not you're a U.S.
I'm
citizen.
traveling down the
You'll be on
road.
your
It's
way.
the only way to get to my house. It's the only way to travel down this road.
So the only way she can get to your house is going through this Gestapo checkpoint. In America, can't freely go to your home without being stopped by armed men and being lied to about having to answer questions.
And I don't think anyone in this country not crossing a border should have to get pulled
This guy has his gloves on too, getting ready to do something more violent.
over, have their picture taken, loaded into the freaking database for this country,
Ma'am.
for everybody to come through and do facial recognition software.
Totally get your point, but the point is, you're taking the fight.
He's rereading his little laminated garbage anti-constitution paperwork right now.
This is it.
our
This is
job.
it.
It's a-
You refuse to get up and off the back of the bus, or you. This is it.
But ma'am, you're taking the fight to the wrong guy.
Well,
You're at Walmart.
you know
don't
what?
No, she's taking the fight to the right people. You should be ashamed of yourself. This is the front line. Just doing our jobs is not a defense. Just ask the Nazis. It did not work for them. It should not work for you.
The pricing.
I don't go
want
there
the
either.
stock boy?
I absolutely don't go either.
He just compared himself to a stock boy at Walmart. That's not too far off because that's about the level of intelligence you guys have. I wonder if Border Patrol agents have to swear an oath to the Constitution. Actually read the Fourth Amendment and then go do this for a living.
the laws.
I boycott that place as
I don't
well.
understand. I'm trying to explain to you our authority. I did. Okay, we have authority right here.
So I'm not telling you whether I'm a citizen or
The
not.
Supreme Court
Okay,
justification
well,
of
we'll
it.
just have to
That's fine.
detain you.
Okay, great. Where are we going?
No problem.
So you're detaining. I just want to be clear. You're detaining me
You are being detained.
because okay,
But
and I'm not free to go.
do not pull forward. No.
Right.
Please do
You
not
are
go
being
forward.
detained. Please
We
do
don't
not
want your
move forward.
tire.
Right.
That's a spike strip,
Okay.
I've been ready the whole time. You guys are the ones detaining me.
Yeah, we are detaining you because my job here,
I know.
by law, and our authority as immigration officers is just to establish citizenship. You could be
I'm
Swedish,
not
you
crossing.
could be French,
I'm not crossing
you
the
could be
border.
Canadian.
I'm not crossing a border. Border Patrol, not at the border. Border Patrol, harassing American citizens. Border Patrol, not protecting the border, but harassing American citizens and lying straight to their face.
You're not.
Not
But you
crossing
are
the border.
100 miles within.
If I didn't speak English, if I didn't speak
if you were a
English,
terrorist
then
and
I
we
would.
caught you,
Yeah,
you would be more concerned,
yeah.
wouldn't you?
If I didn't speak any English, and
If you were a terrorist, I wonder how many terrorists the Border Patrol's caught so far. That's propaganda.
I pulled up here and couldn't answer your question,
Ma'am, do
and
you
I
know how
spoke
many illegals
and I
speak perfect
spoke
English?
Swedish,
Do you
and
know
no
how
one
many-
could translate for me. Would you let me through?
Do you know how many people from another country speak perfect English and are not U.S. citizens?
Do you?
That
So if
has
I
nothing
didn't
to do
speak,
with
this is my question. If I didn't speak any English or Spanish
We'd find a
or a
translator.
language, you would just sit here until you found a translator,
Yes, ma'am. Or until
or you would
could prove to
assume
me-
that I wasn't from the
until
country.
you could prove to me that you were here legally.
Right.
If you did not speak English, then I'd be satisfied. But it was a simple question: are you a U.S. citizen or not, or what is your citizenship?
I'm
You'd have been on your way.
passing a federally funded highway, driving, minding my own business.
Traveling freely in America, minding your own business. This is what the point I'm trying to drive home to everybody. If you're peacefully traveling around the country as a free citizen in a supposedly free country, you should not be able to have your freedom impeded by armed men. If you're not hurting anybody, if there's no victim, there's no damages, you're being peaceful, you're not disturbing the peace, you're not trespassing, you should not have your freedom impeded. Period. Or else that's not America anymore.
And I get pulled over and asked if I'm a citizen.
That's right.
Not
Yes, that's right. You're going to answer us against your will and against the law and against the Constitution. And they double down.
answering. So if you're ready to let me go, I'm ready to go.
Are you ready to answer the question?
No.
She says no. This guy starts smugly smiling and chewing his gum.
Call the person back and have them spell it out for you.
How did we say your name?
Suzanne Connolly.
Suzanne.
They all think it's me because Shane is a guy. And not letting my son use the bathroom. So if you're detaining people, you can't let us use the bathroom. That's fine.
So this is angry comeback by this Constitution killer right here. Watch.
I know.
Ma'am, as soon as you're ready to state your citizenship,
you're not.
You are free to go as soon as you.
She doesn't have to state her citizenship. They just lie and lie and lie and lie. They're scumbag liars. These are Nazis. These are American Nazis.
State your citizenship.
Mine's going to be posted
You will
online.
be detained
Where
here
are you going to
until
post
you
yours?
state your citizenship.
Okay, so you're
That's another lie.
when you detain people, you don't give them access to a bathroom?
No.
So no bathroom access.
Now she's lying again. When she detains people, she won't let them use the bathroom. So they could poop in the car, they could pee on themselves, you know. She's butthurt because the lady actually is standing on her constitutional rights. They hate the Constitution. They hate freedom. You would have to hate freedom to go work this job on a highway paid for by the taxpayer and force them to answer questions against their will and impede their freedom. The impeding of freedom is a big deal. You hear that, donut operator?
So how long do you detain people while you deny them the use of a bathroom? Is that still your supervisor?
You want to talk to my supervisor?
I do.
Right there. Can I get her again?
Yes, please. I mean, we're just like, I just want the facts.
You don't even know the facts.
I don't need to.
What you do is your history.
I don't
You
need
need to go back and check our authority to be here. That's what you need to do.
I need to.
No one said you didn't have the authority to be there. She does not have to answer your questions. That is the meat and potatoes of this. That's what you can't get through your thick cop brains. She doesn't have to answer your questions. It's the Fifth Amendment. Go check that authority. You probably swore an oath to it.
History and what your point is right now. What's the point?
The point is, you're operating a Fourth Amendment violating checkpoint and demanding that people surrender their Fifth Amendment rights, or else you will impede their freedom until they do. How do you not understand? You guys, I know you Border Patrol cops watch these videos.
Are you doing this? With your children in the car.
No, she was traveling down the road peacefully with her children in the car, and you're doing this. You're the one that stopped them. You're the one impeding their freedom with your costumes and your gang-like mentality. You're the ones running dogs around her car, putting spike strips in front of her car. You're the one doing it. This cop mentality really pisses me off because they initiate the stop. They initiate the force. They initiate the demands. They escalate the force and the violence. They're the ones impeding the freedom and violating the Fourth and Fifth Amendment. But then they look at you and say, why are you doing this? All she was doing was traveling peacefully down the road with her children. You're doing it. Oh God, this is why I can't control myself sometimes.
Yeah, generally for me with my children in the car, it's to teach them to fight back against oppression and bigotry.
Are you fighting back?
Good for you.
Oppression right now. I'm traveling in our country, the land of the free, and we're not free.
You're with 100 miles of the border. It doesn't matter whether or not you cross the border.
So we just
Maybe it should matter because you're Border Patrol. Because when you do stuff 100 miles inland or whatever the case may be, now you're in the America proper, not on the border, and the chances are 90% of the people peacefully traveling through there are American citizens who have the Fifth Amendment right not to answer your questions. And you guys are all lying and saying she has to.
all through
Learn your law.
Indiana, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Michigan.
No, you effing see you next Tuesday. You learn the law. Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment. That is the law, not your BS laminated card. American citizens don't have to answer questions ever. You understand that?
What other states up there? New York, New Jersey. At no point did we cross the border patrol checkpoint. We were in Detroit. We were leaving Detroit, and it's odd because I'm like, there's not a single checkpoint leaving Detroit, and you're literally on the border. So how long?
Oh, so the other supervisor realized that they can't stop him from using the border, so she sends this guy over because she's still butthurt that an American citizen dares exercise their right to remain silent at an unconstitutional border patrol checkpoint.
You can come inside and use the bathroom.
Okay, great. Go right now. So my question is.
Immigration checkpoints with 100 air miles.
Right. No, I got it. I know.
Okay. And
Yeah.
it's law. If you don't like it, write your local
Right.
congressman.
Right. So the people.
Right, your local congressman. That's a cop-out answer to everything. Hey, wait, we're sitting there violating the Fourth and Fifth Amendment, but you know what you could do? You can call your congressman or your local commissioner or your city council. Dude, that is the oldest garbage in the world. That does nothing. They get an email from you. They get a written letter from you. You go see them in person. It's in the garbage when you leave. They delete it and they ignore you. This is the front lines. This is where you need exposure. This lady is doing something good. I don't agree with some of the stuff she says, but as far as her not answering the questions, she does not have to answer the questions.
That we see you actually making show papers are all brown.
It's because when we question them, if they're showing any kind of paperwork, they might be B1, B2. You know what that is?
Right. So if they're brown and have a really thick accent and say, yes, they're a citizen, you just believe them?
You know what?
I know. No, so the question is if they're brown and have a really thick accent.
Color has nothing to do with it, man.
And so you can just say yes.
I question everybody as their citizenship. You're trying to make this a racist.
I'm looking at what I see happen.
Yeah, it's not a race issue. In my opinion, it's not a race issue. It's a Fourth and Fifth Amendment issue.
So,
If that was the case,
and it usually is a race issue.
If that was the case,
I mean, it's great if we can pretend it's
you would have
not.
been released already. If that was the case,
Oh no, you guys are trying to make a point. Like
thing
clearly,
is-
you guys are like, no, I get it. Because last year when we did this, they just let us go. They're like, we don't have time for
You're not the only
this.
person we've done this to.
I know.
You're the third person.
Oh,
today
I'm
we've done
sure.
Guys yet, but because you guys have been here for a while, right?
A little bit.
Okay, very
A little
good.
over an hour.
We ran all the necessary checks that we need from you guys. By the way, you guys are American citizens, all of you guys.
Really?
According to our checks, you guys should be proud of that, especially the young kids in the back.
You should be proud to be an American citizen. What about you? You're not proud. You're engaged in Fourth Amendment violating activity, and you're demanding they surrender their Fifth Amendment, and lied several times saying they had to surrender their Fifth Amendment. Now you see they're changing their story.
Their mind, be proud of who you are and you're American, by the way. So, yeah. I'll give you the little. You guys can educate yourself on that a little bit more.
Thank you.
Okay. It's just a shame that you're not proud to be an American, in my opinion. So.
No.
It's a shame that you're not proud to be an American. She was being an American. You are not. You're violating the Constitution while she's standing on her rights outlined in the Constitution. It's a shame, in my opinion, that none of you are Americans, just gang members violating the Constitution.
For that, I don't think anybody should be proud based on where they're born because it promotes nationalism, which is...
Yeah, well, nationalism. And if it leads to war to protect my national country in America, that's fine. I'm a nationalist. There ain't no doubt about it. I'm American born, American bred. The Constitution is the best document ever written, in my opinion. So I disagree with her there, but I do agree with her that she doesn't have to answer the questions. And just so you guys know, she never answered the question that they said they were going to keep her there until she answered, which is a lie. But the reason they're lying, and the reason they lie all willy-nilly, is because the Supreme Court ruled that police can lie. So I want to read you something in the description here. What was it? Oh, here we go. Crossing border, blah, 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 let go. Border Patrol may stop vehicles at a certain checkpoints to ask a few limited questions to verify citizenship of the vehicle's occupants and visually inspect the exterior of the vehicle. So that's their authority, to ask a few limited questions. They can ask questions, sure, but you do not have to answer, period. Let's make that abundantly clear. You do not ever, ever, ever have to answer anyone's questions. Anytime, anywhere. Agents may send vehicle to secondary inspection for the same purpose. Brief questioning and visual inspection. They held her there for an hour and they still lost. She never told them if she was an American citizen. All right, so there's your Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment violating checkpoints inside of America, a place you're supposed to be able to travel freely. I know Donut Operator, when he hears the word travel, he scoffs. I saw him doing that on a video. I should cover that. But, yeah, you should be able to travel freely amongst the states. If this was the land of the free, you'd be able to, without paid permission, without pieces of plastic or paper, and you should be able to have a private vehicle. That's not unheard of. That's not outlandish. The fact of licenses and license plates is a new idea. People used to travel freely. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. Go to Etsy and type in John's coin rings if you want to see my cool rings that I make. Subscribe for free. Hit the subscribe button. I got premium content. At least that's what YouTube calls it. I got some unedited videos, and you will see all my videos first if you're a paid member. Also, click the bell notification. I appreciate you guys watching. Peace, tranquility. Hot Cheetos and Takis. Hot Cheetos and Takis. Bye.